Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon. Hi, Prathima. Good afternoon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Prathima, I would like to see if you can switch on your video. I'm going to make you host,
Yes,
then give it a try.
yes,
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I can see you.
yes,
Let me see if I can switch on my video. Yeah, got control now. Yeah, I think it's resume. Okay, it's already been live streamed. All right. Um, Hello, everyone. Welcome to the success story session, my DataMites, and we have one of our um, student, Prathima, who recently got transition into data analyst job. Is it correct, Prathima?
yes.
All right. Okay. So here we have Prathima for sharing her experience. So we'll start with the basic things first. Prathima, quick introduction of yourself.
So myself, Prathima. I have completed my graduation in civil engineering from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Andhra Pradesh. And after completion of my graduation, I have joined a civil engineering job, and I have an experience of 2 years. Then I got interest in data science, and I wanted to transit my career to data science.
So you
Then
have
I joined the
transitioned from civil
DataMites.
engineer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think that's why I see data might have arranged it because a lot many people from mechanical civil engineers have this doubt. They think it is not possible. So I think this is specially arranged for them. That's really good to know. Okay, so you worked for 2 years before taking the.
Yes, sir.
What was your role in 2 years in civil engineering?
Sir, I was like estimation of roads and buildings and houses data like that.
Okay, all right. When did you start the pursuit? Like when did you decide to get into data science? What made you
Uh,
to think that?
in my previous job, I had an opportunity to work with a large data sets. In that time, I was like trying to make that data sets more useful, like that, uh, decreasing the size of data sets like that. Then, through my friends and others, I came to know about data science and how this like so that matched my interest. And in October 2022, I decided to change my career to data science. Data science.
Which is very near. October 2022 is just like 6 months ago. Is that 7 months ago?
October 21, sir. Sorry.
Oh, that's what I think. And then,
Yes,
all right.
yes.
And then you've already been working for some time, isn't it? 4 months, 3 months
Yes, yes, sir. From December.
from December. So you have completed the course in around what time? In around September, July, September. When was your course completion?
My course was completed May, sir. May
Okay.
2020.
Then it took a few months before you land into a job, right? Okay, wonderful. Um, Good. So we'll start with simple questions. First, I would congratulate you. I should have started with congratulations. It's. Am I audible? I look frozen. Hello. Can DataMites folks confirm? Am I audible? Is it problem with my side or? Pratima? Oh, I am audible. All right. So then I'll wait for Pratima. There might be a internet issue from her side. And if anyone can DataMite side, just ping her or call her. Say that she. Okay. In the meantime, so one of the purpose of the success story is to essentially convey that there are a lot many successful people who come from other domains, right? Especially mechanical, chemical. You also have people from civil, like Pratima herself, and other domains as well. I think she is back. Prathima, could you switch on the video again? I think there's a problem with it.
I'm sorry, sir. There was a network issue.
It's, I think, across India. We have this past few days, we are facing difficulty with internet. No problem. All right. So, all right. So before you wanted to get into data science, you're not from coding background, right? Are you from
Yes,
coding
sir.
background? So you don't know programming at all. Nothing. Absolutely zero.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just tell me your journey, Prathima. Just in your own words, how did you from the way you decided? How did you research, find it, right? What are the, how do you join? How was your learning? Share in your own words first.
Yes, first of all, when I decided to change my transition to data science, I was like very afraid because I'm from non coding background. And when I researched on data science, like there were a lot of things, like a lot of subjects that to be read, like that. So I was very tense. And then me and my friend, we both searched for many institutes from for data science. Then we searched in Hyderabad and also in Bangalore. After all that, we found DataMites will be very useful and nice. And then we joined. After research for 2-3 months, then we joined the DataMites. Then
Okay, so you are from basically Hyderabad or you're from Bangalore?
I'm from Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, you preferred Hyderabad.
Yes, I prefer Hyderabad.
Okay. Now that we have a big center in Hyderabad, but that was only before. But
Yes,
you're currently working in Bangalore, isn't it?
yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Please continue.
Then even after joining DataMites also, I was from non-coding background like that. Then the way we took in DataMites is very different way. They in DataMites we got to know from the very basic level of Python, and even after every session I used to practice after the sessions, so that sessions and my practice were on the parallel level. So I came out of that fear of Python like that. Then statistics and everything I got to know, and machine learning was one of my interest now. Like because of the data mites only, I can say that too.
Okay. So how long it took to learn Python? Right. It's a repeated question. I always ask everyone because I'm curious to understand if you come from completely non-coding background, civil background, how much
Yes.
time it took for you, like in weeks or months?
In months, I can say 1.5 month like that.
So that's about the average. That's correct. So most people who are completely new to programming, right, and they take about a month and a half. That's right. To get comfortable, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right. And how was the statistics for you?
Statistics that was also we got to know from the basic level to the advanced level. So I also got thorough knowledge on the statistics.
Okay, so I won't say advanced because statistics is a very huge field. What you need for data science
Yes,
is a limited portion of it, right? And yeah, that can be learned
yes.
in few weeks. Very good. And then machine learning. It really looks scary for most people, but is it scary? I mean, how did you feel learning machine learning?
Before starting the machine learning classes, that was scary for me also, sir. But when the classes went on, the way classes were explained, like how the algorithm works, then how the mathematics behind the algorithm, and we also practiced one project on every machine learning algorithm. That made me to understand how actually each algorithm works. So I felt very nice by learning machine learning.
Okay. So yeah, thanks to the DataMites trainers and they explained it too. But one thing I would always ask, right? So it's most on the applied level. You're not really writing an algorithm, even in your current job, isn't it? It's mostly
Yes,
on application level.
application.
Once you get the hang of, I mean, I would say even you don't even have to worry about how the algorithm works in your real job. When you're learning, of course, you would like to know because you're curious how it's working. It gives some more clarity. But it's more an applied machine learning. You need to be essentially know how to apply an algorithm to a data and make a model out of it. Fine tune it, of course, right? Good. How long it took for you to learn machine learning?
So it took like 1 month, 1 to 1.5 months.
That's fast. Normally it takes about 2 to 3 months. That's 1.5 months is relatively fast. Okay. Wonderful. So, and after that, you went to the phase 3, which is projects and internship. So, what kind of projects you have
Yes.
selected in your internship phase?
Sir, one I selected computer vision, right sleeve project, and three statistical projects.
Okay, good. So, rice leaf project is essentially identifying what kind of pest in your rice leaf, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Which is actually becoming, I would say, one of the very useful case. Right? So we have a lot of companies working on getting into production. I'm working closely with the companies just to let you know. But what's the real-time project you have? You have also done something which is into live project, right?
By the
On
time I do real-time project, I got
you got placed.
yes,
Okay. All right. So you're anyway working real time now. So you don't need to do
yes.
a real time project. How was your interview experience? So you basically started going for interviews arranged through DataMites, right? And
Yes.
so they started in the middle of your phase 3 itself. Is that how it is done?
Yes, sir. I mean, after completion of 3 projects, I got
You got
placement opportunities.
placement process. So I have no information from DataMites about your how many jobs. Could you explain how many interviews you attended? Is it the first one or you failed few?
Fourth one, sir. I failed for 3 projects.
That's good. The failure is actually very good. So I have some
Yes.
more things to ask. Explain me the first 3 interviews. What was that you have learned? Yeah.
First interview was like very nervous, sir. I haven't performed very well in the interview, and after first interview, second and third interviews, I was able to come up with the round 1 and round 2. Like I came with the test and also the projects, and I was not succeeding in the interview level. Then I cope up with my negatives and everything drawbacks. Then I was able to attempt the fourth one correctly.
Wonderful. So could you be more specific on what areas you were lacking in the first few interviews? What did you improve in the fourth interview? Of course, the confidence and other things will anyway improve as you go on. Apart from that, is there any technically you have lacked in the first few interviews you learn later?
uh, I was I was successful in technically, sir, like completing their assignments like that. But when it comes to the interview questions, I was lagging back. Then I prepared interview questions from the material provided by the DataMites and came over through that one. Then I was able to.
Okay, what interview question? Is it into statistics, machine learning? Which area you were?
Uh,
I'm 4 months
I
before.
yes, sir. I was like in Python and machine learning.
Python machine learning mostly.
The questions which I would yes, yes.
Do they ask deeper questions in Python? You attended 4 interviews now. Last one is successful. So you have experience. So how is your Python testing? Do they ask more deeper questions? What kind of questions they ask in Python?
First they'll ask normal basic questions, then they asked us to run the code by sharing the screen like that. I was able to run some codes and not able to run some other codes.
Okay, cool. So which company, Prathima, you have currently joined? You're working right now?
CoBot Systems. CoBot Systems.
CoBot. Yeah. I would like to ask data might looking for myself. So how is your job there? How is your
My job here is like challenging. We are giving different tasks every day and working on different data sets.
so you're enjoying?
Yes.
Do you have IT colleagues who are jealous about you? So I see a lot of people are jealous about data scientists, data analysts.
No, so that whole company is about analysis only, sir. So all my colleagues are analytics only.
Okay, so you have a good bunch of people. So you have also have a
Yes.
better opportunity to learn, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. So anything else? I'm just thinking. What are the other materials you have used? I know most of things have from DataMites. So anything else you have used apart from the DataMites material?
For coding, I was using a Chrome for searching the coding, and um, I was using machine learning projects from Kaggle. Mostly, I was taking for one project. I was using different codes and for represent statistical representation and for different models and to get the outputs. So I took Kaggle is the first priority, sir, to learn.
Okay, so Kaggle is the first priority. Kaggle is really cool. I mean, they recently launched another project as well. They basically throw you challenges, which is currently burning. Apart from that, there are so many different projects, hundreds of valuable projects where you can actually not just learn, you could also compare with the other people who have done it because everyone posts their codes. So when you write your code, you can compare with the other folks who are like leaders or best codes. And you can basically learn not just this project, you can also learn some tips, the way of doing the EDA. When I was teaching the first, I usually recommend Kaggle because people have the different ways of doing their EDA, exploratory data analysis, right? Some people do it in a really short way. Some people use some packages. So when you explore Kaggle, you essentially learn from lot many developers outside, lot many data scientists, machine learning from outside, not just the project, but also the way they do the EDA, the way they structure the project. So yes, I fully agree with you. Kaggle is one of the great resource for the learners. Also for the people who wants to take some challenges. There are a lot of challenges to posted. Okay. Um, so I think that sums up very good. I would any suggestion for you for the folks who are non-IT, like you are from civil engineering background. So people like non-IT, you are now successful. So you are like people look up to you, which is great, isn't it?
Yes,
So what's
yes.
what's what's your message to them?
Uh, it's like it's not. It is a big thing, but all of us we can do that one. It's not a big thing to panic and to step back. We can do with through proper guidelines and through practice. We can get succeed through the in data science. It's really the thing that matters is the practice and learning. We should have continuous practice and thorough learning of all the subjects that are present.
Okay. So it's a practice. Whatever you market experts nowadays. In fact, let me be very frank and clear. People are not expecting you to be an expert, right? Do you consider yourself as an expert yet, Pratima?
No, sir.
Absolutely no, right? Even I don't. But a lot of people who have been here for 5, 6 years, right? It's always changing, dynamic, new things are coming up. Even if you're not looking at developments for 3 months, you think you are actually pushed back last year, right? I feel so because I'm more into management now. So even if I look some of the codes of things, I feel like it's a little earlier, so I have to really cope up. So no one really expect you to be an expert. As Pratima said, you just have to practice the fundamentals, more practice, more projects, do more mistakes, and then you should be there. I mean, that's because the demand is so high. If you're good in foundation, if you've done good projects, you understand the basics of all this statistics, Python, and machine learning clearly. I think that should be good enough, isn't it? And
Yes.
and more importantly, your background does not matter. It is really a myth. It's not like someone who is writing a blog talking about it. I have trained more than 15,000 and I have Pratima and a lot many people who have done the success story before. You really don't need a computer science or a data background. You can be from any background, all right? You need an interest to pursue it and also a 6 months to 8 months of hard work of practicing, learning key concepts and practicing it, all right? Okay, very good. So just trying to see if you have any questions. DataMites team, can you repost the questions if you have any from other channels? It's been streamed in LinkedIn and YouTube and other channels. Okay, so any questions? People who are attending directly into the in this Zoom, please let me know. Okay, so I have questions coming in. See again, salary related questions. I would say 4 to 6 lakhs is our bracket, and we have people who are also in 6 to 8 lakhs, 8 to 10 lakhs. But salary does not matter to start with, right? Uh, I say that repeatedly because once you have 1 year experience in your organization, Your company should be worried about it, your salary, not you. Because if they don't double it or get it to the market levels, it's difficult to retain a data science or machine learning resource. So salary, the starting salary when you're transitioned in your career should not matter. If you're already a working professional, you can expect a fair 20 to 30% hike. That is normal in the industry. If your current salary levels are low, you can even expect 100% hike. Many people have got that. But your initial salary as a data scientist or a business analyst should not matter. I have a question. Which course did she take? Prathima, in DataMites, which course did you take?
Certified data science.
Okay, so people, it is certified data scientist. I'm gonna ping you, and this is a flagship course. We have at least 20 more courses. We also have a tie-up with many universities and stuff. But still, 70% of the learners come to certified data scientist, which is an 8 months course. I have a question from YouTube. Says, how many projects have you done before the entry process, Pratima?
4 projects I have done, sir. 3 are related to statistical analysis and 1 is related to computer vision.
Right. So these 4 projects are officially for submitting the DataMites. Apart from that, you would have done many projects, right? In Kaggle.
Yes, sir.
So officially for a DataMites project submission, she has done 4 projects. Okay. I have a question from YouTube again. Please tell more about the tests before the interview, like what they asked. Rahul from YouTube. What are the tests? Like the what do you call this? The first test you attend, what do you call this? Eligibility test, whatever.
We have mainly 3 topics: statistics, Python, and machine learning. They will be asking, like in Python, they will be asking basic level of coding questions. In statistics, they will be asking what is probability and basic to intermediate level of questions in statistics. And in machine learning, we will get more questions about algorithms, which algorithm is used for which purpose, which algorithms are used for classifications or regressions, like that.
I agree, right? So you won't expect attitude-based questions or what do you call this? I forgot this. Reasoning questions. Those things won't be there for data. At least to my knowledge, I never heard that you have these generic questions being asked. It should be mostly focused on generic data science related questions, Python statistics and machine learning related questions, all on the fundamental levels, because that's just a test to know the business. Right? I have a second question from Anirudh from LinkedIn. How many rounds of interview were there in the company you got selected? The CoBot system. How many rounds you have attended before you cleared you got your
3, sir.
3? Okay. Any specific like HR? Is it a HR?
We have an exam. After that, we had a project. Assignment to be done. Then we had interviews.
Only one interview.
Yes.
So mostly your assessment is based on the project you're submitted, isn't it?
Yes.
I have a question from Mark. In which period did she got the certification? When did you get the certification? I think you have done the IABAC certification.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure. In July of 2022.
July 2022. Okay. I'm just typing as well because there is internet issues for someone. All right. So I have a question from Aisha Kalu. What's the best route? Oh, you mean the route, the best route. So what's the best route to take to become a data scientist? What undergraduate degree you need? Prathima.
So I didn't get the question.
So she's asking what's the best route to take and what is the best graduation you need to do the data science?
If they are able to do graduation, if they are going to BTech, they can go for directly data science, CSC data science branch. If they are going for normal graduation, they can go to statistical and computer science background. Then after that, they can go.
So you can have any graduation, it doesn't matter, that's true, but you have an option. Let's say you're going to start a graduation and you already decided to go to data scientist. I would strongly suggest to take a statistical background because machine learning and other things can be easily learned. If you have a very strong fundamentals on statistics, that would be great. But there are also a lot of degrees being now specifically for data science itself. You have engineering in data science, not just almost all the master courses have been launched across the universities. So you can directly go to data science degrees if you have an option. Okay, now I have a lot of questions coming. Let me see. I have a question from again LinkedIn. Dalvi, is DSA required in data science interview? What is DSA? Do you know what is DSA?
No.
I don't know. Rahul, could you be more clear? What do you mean by DSA? Is it a kind of certificate? Please let me know. So I have a question from, I don't know which channel, from Philippines. I mean, Liparto Jeffrey. He or she is from Philippines. Is IABAC certification taken online? Is IABAC certification online certification? Can you tell me about the IABAC certification?
It is taken online, sir. For that one, we had to write exam, and we should qualify the exam, the test done by IBAC. Then only we get the certificate.
Okay. So, is only exam is online, like is a multiple choice or is it project? How is the exam? Any?
Multiple choice questions.
And you don't have a project for CDS?
We
Okay.
have some.
We have. Okay. So Rohit has a question back to Ashok sir. So it's my question. So please tell me about the education background, whether students from humanities background, to what extent mathematics background is required. So Rohit, I keep saying this, I would have said 1,000 times. Your background does not matter. If you have something to do with data, maybe a bit of statistics, it's actually good. Humanity background is good enough. In fact, data science is actually cutting through all the industries, all the sectors, right? If you have a humanities background, right, you could actually do something with data science in your particular core field. So there are a lot many, I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot many companies working in that area. So your background, whatever background it is, it doesn't, it's basically, you can learn data science and it's up to your choice whether you want to just switch to go to any verticals or you want to go to your own vertical, right? You could actually go to, let's say, healthcare, for example. It should be fine, no problem. But if you go to your vertical, humanities or mechanical or whatever, you will be more able to add your own like knowledge to it because you've done a education, you have an academic background. Right? Hope that answers the question. I have a question from Paul Raynard. Paul, question is, explain your role as a data analyst in your organization. What is your exact role? How do you support your team? Prathima, that's for you.
Yeah, as an analyst, we get. I cannot say the complete project we are doing. I can say overall, what our company is working on. So we take data from um our dealers. Then our main aim is to generate reports for them, and like we generate reports for the different streams in their business. Actually, we are working on car dealerships. So
Okay, so it's essentially you create insightful reports for the decision making for your client.
yes.
Okay. I have a question from Vipul. Someone with 5 years of experience in writing code, which course is suggested? Vipul, again, I'm taking that question, Pratima. So
Yes.
certified data scientist is a more generic. We have people from beginners to 25, 30 years of experience. In fact, there are a bunch of 14 scientists being trained from Europe, I think Norway, in certified data scientists. And also we have a lot of doctors with 20, 25 years of practice experience done this certification. We also have many other people. We have people who are 70 years old, retired, want to become a consultant in data science, taken this course. So it's a very generic course and you can take it, of course. Sana has a question. Sana Ulha. Sir, can you provide the certificate for this webinar? Yes, of course, you will get it. Okay, so I have a question from Vipul. Okay, there's a clarification. DSA is design of algorithms and analysis. Do you need that, Prathima?
No, sir.
Okay. The question from Liparto is IBAC certification recognized in what country? So IABAC is coming from a European Union based initiative called Edison. It's been here for like 8 years. They claim to be the first and the largest data science certification company. In India, I saw even in HP and other companies, they have mentioned the certification as a recommendation in terms of job requirements, job descriptions in LinkedIn. That I saw few. I don't have a comprehensive other list. At least I can tell you, India, Europe, a part of US already recognizes it very well, and they're growing very fast. So they're about 9 years old company, started in 2016, I think. Rohit has a question, sir. Based on your experience, roughly speaking, what is the package nearly a salary starting from someone with 10 years experience? So Rohit, it really depends. You can get, I don't know, I'm talking about in Indian terms, but also in US terms. It can be anywhere between 70,000 US dollars to 200,000 US dollars, right? In Indian terms, it could be anywhere between 15, 20 lakhs to 50 lakhs or 45 to 50 lakhs. It depends on what's your current salary and experience. If your 10 years experience is relevant to data science, you've been also a manager, manage the team, you can actually take a leadership roles in data science vertical, then you could basically have much higher salaries. So the answer to your question is very subjective, but usually as a benchmark, you get about 30% of your existing salary. That's a normal benchmark in the industry. And I have a question from LinkedIn from Rubel Mia, and it says, coming from non-IT background, how much time it takes to be really confident? Prathima.
It will take like 7 to 8 months.
I agree with that. That's about it. Correct. I have a question from LinkedIn again. No, I don't know which channel. Can you please give me details with the IABAC certification? See, okay, so I can just direct it to the IABAC website and you could find it there. All right. Geeta has a question. Sir, you said even 70 years old. Actually, we have a client customer who has learned this, can also be taken DS. I have 20 years of career break. I was in a family way. I understand. Okay, see, career breaks is very common nowadays. In fact, during COVID, a lot many people have 3 to 4 years career breaks. And normally, if you're a female professional, then you take a career break when you have kids for 4, 5, or 6 years. Very normal. Yours is little 20 years. That's a bit more gap. But restarting isn't a problem. Initial job might be, so you can start as an intern, right? You can start as an intern, do some project 6 months, and you can claim that 6 months as an experience, which is valid, and then you can get into a job. And of course, you are now much senior professional now. You should find a role which suits your experience, like your age as well. Geeta, hope that answers your question. I have a question from Aisha. How long is the course to someone who's non-IT? So Prathima, how long is the course for non-IT background? It's actually same time. What
The
was it?
course is same. Course is for same, sir. But
Yeah.
we may have time. Will take more time than other people as we are from non-coding background. So we have to get control over the things. So we'll take more time.
How much more time, roughly?
I took 3 to 4 months.
3 months. So usually if you're in IT, then it will be 6 months. If not, it will be 8 months or so.
Yes.
Usually we say 8 months. That's the average.
Yes.
I have a question from Sonaker, Kaustubh Shonekar. How to choose correct path to learn Python? Nowadays, you have so many resources. I mean, obviously, you can contact DataMites, right? And but apart from that, also, if you want to just learn Python, I would say Udemy, YouTube. There are so many. I plan to also have one channel. Lack of time. I want to teach Python in all the languages, in my Indian languages as well. So Python is a very easy language, and there are so many others, great authors giving that knowledge free in YouTube and Udemy. But you can also, if you wanted to pursue certified data scientist from DataMites, this is already covered, so you don't have to worry about it. You can start from scratch with this after you enroll from the course as well. All right, so I think we have answered all the question. Okay. One more question from Karuna Karan. This, sir, after 15 years of my career, I would like to change from non-IT to IT. So I have a lot of references, Karunakar, like what you have. They have been successfully moved from non-IT to IT. So this is not something new. What you need is, you need to have a passion and interest to spend about 3 to 4 hours a day. Oh, that's a question I would like to ask. How much time you spend, Pratima, per day?
After completion of sessions, I used to like 2 hours.
So right, so that's about it. So 2 hours of training and 2 hours of your own time, 4 hours. So it kind of sums up to 20 hours per week, right? Not taking your weekends if you're leaving your weekends. 20 hours per week is a really good time. That is good enough. And you could easily switch to non-IT to IT. So I have one last question from Ramesh. I don't know which channel. What is the fresher salary for data scientists? Ramesh, it really varies. It could be from 4 to 6 lakhs or 6 to 8 lakhs or 8 to 10. I also have students who are freshers who have started with 12 lakhs as well. But really depends on which company you're targeting, what is your interest, right? And also your academic background. If you're from premium league colleges, right, you usually get higher salaries. It depends on lot many things. But I again insist your initial first salary doesn't matter because after 1 year experience, you can basically have industry stand more or less the salaries becomes same. So you might get a great hike after one. Okay. We're getting a lot many questions. I'm going to take few and maybe take the other questions offline. I have one more question. Sir, I did my MPhil in statistics. Want to become a data scientist? Is it easy for me? Yeah, you are a MPhil in statistics. I would say yes. Data science should be your direction. I have no doubt about it. You should be able to succeed. Which is your overall, what is your overall opinion about the course? So Sharon has a question. Prathima, that's for you. What's your overall opinion on the course?
I feel it is like if you want to start from a scratch, you can go to the course because there will be sessions and you can also practice along with the sessions. That is the best thing we can do as a candidate before entering a job or aspiring as a data scientist. So it's a best thing to start from the scratch and make your foundation strong. Then only we can move on and we can get over the burdens, anything we can face. So that
Okay,
is
right. So Sharon, I hope that answers the question. This course, CDS, what she has taken is being successfully completed by, to my knowledge, more than 20,000. It could be more. And thousands of people have transitioned to data scientist jobs. Right. Uh, is kind of like evolving over last 2017 was the launch date, if I remember correctly. So about 7 8 years, 7 years, this course has been evolved. Every quarter, it has been updated with the industry requirement. If you look at 2017, we were teaching in R as well as 20% of the syllabus was mathematics. We were actually teaching linear regression, derivation, integration. Now those topics are not even in the syllabus. Did you learn derivation? No. So now something new has come in. So now we are going into more deep learning, computer vision and stuff like that. So every quarter we update it. So I would say you should check the syllabus. And we are one of the very few companies who update the syllabus every quarter thanks to IABAC. So we get the inputs from the IABAC and we accordingly update. What motivated her to take this course? Okay. I think, what is your motivation? Why did you change your job is what the question is. Prathima.
yes, as I mentioned before at the starting level only. In my previous job, I got an opportunity to work with large data sets. In the data sets, I literally say I played with those data sets. I mean, I was not at experienced level, that was very basic level using Excel, but as per my knowledge at that stage I used whole Excel and everything, making that data more useful. So that is the point where I realized I can make more when I work with data. So I changed my uh, career to data science. And for selecting this course, I have gone through to the DataMites, and we gone through what are the courses they are telling. After that, we choose this course which suits for my resume also, like for my thing, because I'm from non-IT background, and this course have perfectly uh, the things which to be done. So I choose this course.
Thank you, Pratima. I
Yes.
do have many other questions. I'm going to take maybe one last. I have a question from Nilesh from LinkedIn. What kind of projects should you choose before applying? Pratima, maybe you should. What kind of projects you should choose?
It completely depends upon the individual. If you want go for computer vision or natural language processing, your way of selecting projects will be different. And if you're going for EDA or statistical processor, then your way of selection will be different.
True. So we have people who come with specific topics. Some people wants to go into health sciences, so they will be asking. I mean, they would basically come up with their own ideas. Or we do have a bunch of health science projects. We work with multiple hospitals, so it really depends on your interest. One more question from LinkedIn, Syed. My goal is to become a machine learning expert. Do I need to learn data science before? Yeah, well, machine learning is the 70% of the course. So if you learn certified data scientist, you basically machine learning is a subset of it. So you could apply for machine learning expert directly. There is also a course called as machine learning expert within DataMites. You could pursue that. But I would always say pursue data science because you'll be also covered with statistics and other tools. So which is more important even for a machine learning engineer. Did she take R? She focused on learning only Python. So did you take R, Prathima, R language?
No, sir. I completely focused on Python.
But DataMites, as I said, started with R. The entire industry started with R in 2016, 2015, times 2017. So we have a complete R tutorial as well. So everything taught in Python, we also have it in R, right? And all the mentors are very well versed with R language as well. But as I said, 95% of the projects are actually done in Python. So I would request you to focus on Python. If you want to learn R, we have all the resources, and yeah, of course, we can. Paul has another question. What motivated you to keep going without tiring in the middle? So it's not much middles, right? You got switched in 6 months. So that's actually a good question. A lot of people get a little tired in the middle. Prathima, to you.
It's in this data science is that topic, you will get interest automatically when you enter into that one. When you start playing with the data, different, and analyzing different, how one feature is depending on the other feature, and concluding that makes you interest more and more. That is the thing I can say.
Correct. And also, it's a very interesting field. You feel like solving magical problems. So yeah, it is interesting. One last question for internship students: are we required to do internship? Internship is a part of the course. It's basically a non-competitive internship, part-time, online. So it doesn't compete with your current job. So you could actually check with your HR if that was a concern. Otherwise, we have internships across many companies. Recently, we have tied up with many US organizations as well, right? And my company owned Rubix also provides internships. In fact, majority of the people from DataMites do internships from Rubix, which is the company I work as a CEO, right? So you can, it's not really a mandatory, but I would say I highly recommend because internship will help you in your career transition. Whatever level you are, you might be having 20 years experience, but you can still do 2 months of internship, right? That gives you more real-time experience. And that's actually helpful in whatever level you are. All right. So I think, thank you very much. I do have some other questions coming in. I'm going to stop it over here. Prathima, thank you very much for taking time. Not many people we reach actually give their time. Once they get into the job, they become busy. Their weekends are for parties and stuff. But few people like you actually take time to share your knowledge, which is really important because the learning community, for learning community, aspiring professionals, data science professionals, you guys are torchbearers. So you sharing your knowledge or experience really matters. I really thank you for your time and I wish you all the best in your career.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So all the people who are attending here, I wish you all the best in your career pursuit as well. If any further questions you have, I'm going to share my LinkedIn. You could type in Ashok Veda, kind of a unique name, so you should be able to find my LinkedIn. But let me see. My internet is pretty slow today, just like anybody else in Bangalore. So that's my LinkedIn profile. So feel free to drop a message if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you. All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye, Prathima.
Thank you, sir. Bye, everyone.